war in the trenches like a war. If they want to give them more, when I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just want to see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they call respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who is next. We gon' put them boys to rest like a Tempur-Pedic to bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me Poker.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Take it in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it again with Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oladokun fakes a give. Now he'll throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick 6, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic for the offensive coordinator. Run the ball.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, partners, the first quarter too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
4-70, Mustang 19. Hurt.
Now Oladokun, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That would be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
A jet sweep. Here's Tolbert. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Play action now. Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. A good hands there defensively, and 2nd down. To throw, Oladokun. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They go play action, and now here's Oladokun. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott now. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes. It's another zone defense that looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got a man, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Tolbert from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
Cowboys 21, Giants 9.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Cut. Ready?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure.
Open man, he's got him. It's Toney for a giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Gano the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick-6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. That's into the hands of Tolbert. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Oladokin's throw caught by Tony. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line.
Taking down back into the 12-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down, it's Prescott. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 2nd and 6. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On third down, Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because...
Touchdown, Cowboys! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley to about the 35, 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Oladokun off the play fake. That'll be caught. It's Toney. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And they're within 7 now, 28-21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd.
70 rings.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Rattler, 18 Rattler. Riggs.
From the 39, Oladokun. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, Oladokun. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Prescott to throw it. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. There's Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Azeez Ojulari in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Giants are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Let's go now.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Cougar 19.
Now Oladokun. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Oladokun on 1st and 10. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's Oladokun. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Oladokun. To Barkley on the check down. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
And see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Oladokun, desperation time on 4th. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Gano for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? and he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now Prescott. And he's got his big tight end here. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Dak. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
That's caught by Tolbert. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra end. But they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Dak's going to keep it. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who really led the charge.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So for the Cowboys, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small